Your intellect has taken you far in life, but it will take you no further. Surrender, Stephen. Silence your ego, and your power will rise.
You did good, Ace.
My name is Carol. I've been fighting with one arm tied behind my back. But what happens when I'm finally set free?
Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to discuss what happens when you put an unstoppable force against an unrelenting will. Because that is what Captain Marvel vs. Doctor Strange sounds like. One being the strongest Avenger, and the other being the most determined and capable sorcerer in all of MCU and Marvel comics. Well, when it comes to brute strength, Captain Marvel is no doubt stronger than Doctor Strange. But what he lacks in sheer strength, he makes up for in his ability to solve difficult problems with magic. So going against the Sorcerer Supreme is no child's play, so let's get right into the action. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. With that out of the way, let's get started with the video.
Things just got out of hand.
Doctor Strange is naturally an extremely intelligent being, owing to his access to a vast ocean of knowledge that comes with being the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange has access to thousands of magical content that has helped increase his mystical knowledge greatly. You know what they say, knowledge itself is a great power. Strange also possesses a divine source of power. He gets his power from multiple gods. His magic is powered by divine forces and comprises of the purest form of magic in the multiverse. Doctor Strange also possesses universal awareness. Although he is concerned with the protection of reality itself, he is also assigned to protect Earth specifically. And in order to carry out his duty effectively, he needs to be able to know what is going on in the world at every given moment. By meditating, he is able to locate beings all over the universe and can monitor threats wherever they might be. This is why I find it confusing that he was not able to detect the biggest threat coming his way in Avengers Infinity War. But then again, he isn't the Sorcerer Supreme yet in the MCU, which should explain this, since Sorcerer Supreme would have known that Thanos is collecting the Infinity Stones. But talking about his powers, unlike many other heroes who gain their powers through accidents or being born with them, Doctor Strange earned his powers by learning the mystic arts and being granted access to them as a divine conduit. All of his ability to cast spells and summon magic comes from the Vishanti gods who grant him these abilities. Being a divine conduit means he is able to use the Crimson Bands of Sidorak, Mistav, Munopper, and other powerful spells. In addition to that, he also has access to a variety of mystical artifacts. The most coveted artifacts in the multiverse are at his disposal. Now, let's move on. Captain Marvel gained many superhuman abilities from the explosion that was powered by the Space Stone. But one of her most useful and exceptional power, the ability to absorb and manipulate energy. She can absorb various types of energy, including common energy forms like electricity, and use that to enhance her own physical powers. And we see that in action in Avengers Endgame, when she was trying to absorb the power of the Infinity Stones before Thanos knocks her out, with that as probably the strongest punch in the MCU today. In addition to boosting her superhuman abilities, she can also project that same energy from her hands. Her energy projection can be as intense as the force of an exploding nuclear bomb. This energy manipulation is the basis for most of her power set, allowing for many aspects of her strength, durability, and flight. With her incredible strength also comes superhuman durability. She is bullet and explosion proof. She can withstand bombs, blows by stronger opponents, falls from great heights, extreme temperature, and strong impact force without any significant damage whatsoever. She also possesses cosmic awareness. In many ways, this cosmic awareness is similar to Spider-Man's Spidey sense, but it also seems to provide her powers beyond the sense of oncoming danger. Her precognition also makes her a formidable fighter, as she can predict an opponent's attack before he even makes it. With all these remarkable abilities, and so much more in store, you're probably wondering, how can she possibly be defeated? Well, here are some of her weaknesses that can be taken advantage of, giving Doctor Strange an uneven edge. Her biggest weakness is power depletion. Unfortunately, Captain Marvel has occasionally had trouble sustaining her off-the-charts powers when she faces a significant exertion, leading to power depletion that can put her out of commission for a long period. Her power has fluctuated greatly at a few points throughout her history in the comics. She had incredible power beyond most superheroes as binary. but that power could be depleted to leave her virtually useless. Also, she is susceptible to mental manipulation, as she has no protection from telepathic or mental powers. Now, probably the biggest advantage Doctor Strange would have over Captain Marvel is this. Although Captain Marvel's main power is energy absorption and manipulation, her ability to absorb energy without consequence does not extend to magical energy. That is, she can't absorb the magical energies, which does help Doctor Strange. Thus, her powers are often ineffective against magic. And we have seen in the comics that she requires the assistance of other heroes to bring down magic-powered opponents. In fact, Doctor Strange has sometimes been her ally in conflicts involving magic, as his magical abilities fill in for her weakness against magical energy. So if she were to go off against him, she probably stands no chance. But, not leaving anything to chance, here are some of Doctor Strange's weaknesses that allows Captain Marvel to swiftly defeat the Sorcerer Supreme. Despite being the Sorcerer Supreme, there's plenty he can't do. Some of his magic relies on certain relics. For example, he cannot fly without his cloak. Or can he manipulate time without the Time Stone? So if these objects were to be stolen or lost, there's only so much he can do. Also, magic and spells of different power and magnitude takes time, and some require a certain level of concentration. Going off against Captain Marvel, who can fly faster than the speed of sound, would he have such time to spare and prepare his spells? Aside all that, take away the spells and artifacts from Doctor Strange, and he's merely human. Therefore, he can be overwhelmed, knocked out, and even injured. Just like take the suits and fancy gadgets away from Tony, and you are left with nothing but a mere mortal. But every extraordinary one, to say the least. In conclusion, despite the several weaknesses of Captain Marvel, it's extremely difficult to completely kill her. Her energy manipulation abilities allow her to speed up her own healing process and recover from serious injuries within no time. But Doctor Strange is also somewhat immortal and to an extent untouchable, so it's going to be a tough one. And something that we definitely want to see in the MCU. Perhaps in the next Civil War movie. So that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.